You have transformed in a way that is undeniable. The low vibrational energy that once consumed you is no longer part of your reality. In the past, you may have struggled with emotional wounds, doubts, or negative patterns, but through your journey of healing and self-discovery, you've risen above it all. You are now spiritually balanced and grounded, vibrating at a higher frequency. This shift has not only changed how you see yourself but also how others perceive you, particularly your person, the one who once shared a deep connection with you. While you've been evolving, your person has been struggling, unable to ignore the void left in your absence. They're losing sleep, their mind racing with thoughts of you, constantly replaying events and moments where they believe they went wrong. They've been analyzing every word, every action, and every decision that led to the breakdown of the relationship. What haunts them is the realization that, despite their mistakes, they still have an overwhelming desire to correct things. Yet, they know that to do this, they have to confront their ego and pride, two forces that have often stood in the way of their personal growth and reconciliation with you. Whether you are aware of it or not, your person is undergoing a profound transformation. They are no longer the same individual they were when they walked away or let the relationship falter. Life without you has forced them into introspection. They are actively working on themselves, cleaning up the aspects of their life that contributed to their downfall. They're realizing that the only path forward is to shed the toxic behaviors and beliefs that kept them from embracing the love and connection they had with you. The catalyst for their change? Their enduring love for you. Despite everything that has happened, their love remains constant, fueling their desire for reconciliation. Your person is also facing significant karma for the choices they made. When they chose to break the soul contract between you two, they didn't just walk away from you, they walked away from the divine blessings that the universe was offering them. In you, they had something rare and powerful, unconditional love, a deep bond that was meant to elevate both of your lives. By turning their back on that connection, they essentially rejected the abundance and joy that the universe had aligned for them. Now, they are dealing with the consequences of that choice. The karmic weight of their actions is heavy, and they are being forced to confront the pain and emptiness that comes with betraying such a sacred connection. The betrayal they inflicted upon you, though deeply painful, also became a source of your resilience. It tested your strength, and instead of breaking you, it pushed you to heal and grow stronger. This, in turn, left them utterly shocked. They may have expected you to crumble under the weight of their actions, but instead, you rose higher. Now, they are the ones feeling emotionally empty, struggling to cope with the aftermath of their decisions. The energy of deep regret radiates from them. They are acutely aware of the consequences of their betrayal, and it weighs heavily on their mind. Their regret is more than just a fleeting feeling, it's a deep, heavy presence in their life. They are going through severe depression, haunted by thoughts of what could have been. Missing you has become a constant in their life, an ache that doesn't seem to go away. Every moment without you serves as a reminder of what they lost. They are realizing, perhaps too late, that you are not just any connection but the most precious one they've ever experienced. It's not just about love or romance, it's about the deep, soul-level bond that brought them happiness, peace, and abundance. Now, your person feels like they have nothing left to lose because, in their mind, they've already lost the most valuable connection of their life, you. The connection that once filled their world with light and bliss is gone, and they feel the emptiness left in its wake. No material success or temporary distraction can fill that void. They're realizing that you were the key to their happiness, and without you, everything else feels hollow. Their journey is not just about missing you or wanting you back. It's about their own awakening, their own realization of the profound impact that love and connection have on their life. While they navigate this difficult path, facing karma and confronting their mistakes, they are being shaped into a better version of themselves. Whether or not they will be able to reconcile with you remains to be seen, but their transformation is undeniable. It's the kind of change that only deep love and loss can inspire. I know you're tired of waiting. You've been patient with me for so long, and I can't imagine how exhausting it must have been for you to hold on while I kept pushing you away. You fought so hard for us, for me, and yet, all I did was let you slip through my fingers. It hurts to admit it, but I was too caught up in my own fears and insecurities to realize what I was losing. Now, all I'm left with is the regret of not doing enough, of not showing you the love you deserved when you needed it most. I hate feeling this constant sense of exhaustion, not just physically, but emotionally. It's draining to keep replaying everything in my head, thinking about all the things I could have done differently. Every single day, I'm haunted by the thought that if I had just acted sooner or been more present, things would have been better between us. The weight of these thoughts pulls me down, but in the midst of all this regret, I hold on to hope. I hope that this pain and guilt will eventually pass and that I'll get another chance to prove my love to you, to show you the kind of person I can be when fear and frustration aren't clouding my judgment. You truly have no idea what I've been through since rejecting your love. I thought it would be easier to distance myself, to protect myself from the vulnerability that comes with loving someone so deeply. But in reality, I've only made things worse. To be completely honest, the last few months have been nothing short of torture for me. I've been living in a constant state of regret, replaying our moments together and wondering how I let things fall apart. It's like I'm stuck in this endless loop, where I can't move forward because I keep looking back at what we had and what I threw away. Every day, I find myself praying for a sign from you. I wait around, hoping that maybe you'll reach out, that you'll send a message, even something small, just to let me know that there's still a chance for us. I've gotten into this habit of checking my phone constantly, every hour, every minute, sometimes without even realizing it, hoping to see your name pop up on the screen. But all I'm met with is silence. Your silence is louder than any words could ever be, and it crushes me. I know I hurt you, and I know my actions left you feeling heartbroken, but I never imagined the pain I would feel in return. Looking back, I hate that instead of pouring love and affection into our relationship, I allowed my anger, frustration, and jealousy to take control. I should have been more understanding, more supportive, but instead, I pushed you away when all you wanted was to be close to me. I know now that my reactions were wrong, that I let my emotions get the best of me, and in doing so, I hurt the person I love most in this world. I hate that I didn't recognize how much I was damaging us until it was too late. Don't get me wrong, I truly love seeing you happy. I feel a deep sense of pride whenever I see people appreciate you for who you are, and I admire the strength and beauty that radiates from you. But, if I'm being honest, there's a fear buried deep within me that I can't shake. The fear that someone else will come along and give you more love than I ever did, more love than I could have given in my moments of weakness. It terrifies me to think that someone could swoop in and treat you better than I did, and that you'd be taken away from me for good. This fear has been eating at me, and it's made me realize just how much you mean to me, how deeply I care about you. It's not just the thought of losing you that scares me, it's the thought of never getting another chance to make things right. I know I messed up, but I also know that I'm capable of more, of loving you the way you deserve, without letting my insecurities get in the way. I've been waiting for a chance, just one opportunity to show you that I've changed, that I can be the partner you need. I don't know if that chance will ever come, but until then, I'll keep holding on to hope. I'll keep believing that maybe, just maybe, we can find our way back to each other. And when we do, I promise I won't let you slip away again. My feelings for you are incredibly strong and intense, and it's something that's been difficult for me to fully express. From the moment I began to care for you, I found myself thinking about you constantly. It's almost as if everything else fades into the background when it comes to you. The smallest things distract me now, waiting for a message from you, wondering what you're thinking, or simply hoping to hear your voice. These moments are small but powerful, because they show just how much space you occupy in my thoughts. I can't help but feel like every little interaction with you carries so much weight. Whenever I run or distance myself, which I know happens sometimes, I can't stop waiting for the time when I can return to you. It's almost as if I need to retreat, to clear out my internal conflicts and confusion, only to find myself drawn back to you even more. I often feel torn between my emotions, this intense desire to be close to you, and the internal struggles I have to face alone. Sometimes it's hard for me to explain why I leave without saying much, and even harder to tell you why I come back. I hate that I leave you wondering without any clear explanation, and it frustrates me when you don't ask why. Maybe I want you to ask, to dig deeper into what I'm feeling, but at the same time, I don't know how to answer those questions myself. One of the things I've noticed is that when you ask me about my past or my life, it triggers something in me. There are parts of my past that are difficult to talk about, parts that stir up emotions I'd rather not confront. But what's strange is that, despite this, I love that you ask. It shows me how curious you are about me, how much you care about the experiences that have shaped me, and how deeply you want to understand me. Your questions make me feel seen, even when they bring up emotions I don't always know how to handle. It's a paradox. I get triggered, but at the same time, I appreciate your curiosity and care more than you realize. I know that sometimes my thoughts and words must confuse you. I can sense it when we talk, and I know that I don't always communicate clearly. The truth is, one of the biggest challenges I face is expressing my emotions and explaining the things I've been through. Especially during those phases when I go silent, it's not that I don't want to talk to you or that I don't value our relationship. It's more that I struggle to put my feelings into words. The silence isn't a reflection of how I feel about you, it's more about how difficult it is for me to navigate my own emotions. Yet, throughout all of this, I've come to appreciate you so much for your patience and understanding. You've shown me a level of support that I never expected. You've stood by me even when I couldn't give you clear answers, even when I was stuck in my own confusion. Your willingness to wait for me, to let me process things at my own pace, is something I'm deeply grateful for. You've made me feel safe enough to be vulnerable, even if it's hard for me to open up completely. What's even more remarkable to me is how easily you understand the things I struggle to say. I don't always have the right words, and sometimes it feels like the more I try to explain, the more tangled my thoughts become. But you seem to get it without me needing to say too much. You've shown an incredible ability to understand my feelings, even when they're unspoken. It's as if you can read between the lines of my silences, and that's something I've never experienced before. I feel so proud, and honestly, lucky, to have someone like you in my life who loves me so much. It's not just about the way you care for me, but also the way you navigate the complexities of my emotions with such grace. You've taught me that love can be patient, understanding, and forgiving. And while I know that my own struggles with expression can sometimes make things harder than they need to be, I'm constantly reminded of how much I appreciate your presence in my life. I just want you to know how much you mean to me. Despite all the confusion, the silences, and the times when I don't communicate as clearly as I should, my feelings for you are unwavering. I'm learning, slowly, how to express those feelings more openly, but until then, I hope you can see through the silence and know how much I love and appreciate you.